Hello everyone, this is Frost today, and today I'm recording another reaction to a couple more videos that just showed up. So it looks like we just have a new video dropped, and there are two more videos that released. I kind of know about this Pokemon only because I exist on the internet, so therefore, it's not like I haven't seen these things. So today we'll be looking at them, talking about them, that kind of thing. It's just going to be a short video. The other ones I had were a little bit longer just because there's so much stuff I needed to catch up on. But let's get right into it. Starting off with this first new video. Sorry.
Hey, Jacques! Thanks for sending me that video. I think this might just be the Pokémon I've been hearing so much about. Trainers from all over have reported sightings.
I've got to say, Professor, I'm surprised Gimmighoul's showing up in your neck of the woods.
Gimmighoul? So that's what this Pokémon's called. Could the treasure chest it hides in actually be part of its body? It also carries the same type of coin trainers have been finding.
That's right. In Paldea, I've seen some Gimmighoul that hide in treasure chests, and some that don't.
The ones hiding in chests are new to me.
The fascinating part is, as far as I know, no one's ever caught a Gimmighoul that's not in a chest. The second you get near, they hightail it out of there, dropping a coin as they flee.
I don't think we've seen them act like that over here.
You know, there's actually an interesting story about Gimmighoul and its coins.
Here's an old, strange tale involving a mysterious coin. Once upon a time, a young girl was out on a walk when she picked up a coin. Clink! "There's another," said the girl. "Wait, what's that?" When the mysterious being noticed the girl, it fled through a nearby door. The girl hurriedly chased after it and came upon a treasure chest. But the mysterious being lurked nearby, staring intently at the girl. The treasure chest opened quietly, and whatever was inside met the girl's gaze. The girl put a coin into the treasure chest. "1." She picked up another coin and put it into the chest. 2. Once again, she picked up a coin and put it into the chest. 3. Eventually, the chest came to be full of coins. 997, 998, 999. Huh? What am I doing with all these coins? The girl wondered. Now who or what had been so intent on gathering them?
What an intriguing tale. It might help us learn more about this Pokémon.
I hope so. It seems to suggest that Gimmighoul hiding in treasure chests don't move on their own. They just manipulate people into gathering coins for them.
On the other hand, Gimmighoul without treasure chests don't seem to manipulate people. Perhaps they're able to go searching on their own.
It's very odd for Pokémon of the same species to behave so differently, don't you think?
Since they're behaving so differently, maybe we ought to consider them separate forms. What do you think? Should we name them?
Good idea. Let's see. Chest form? Seems fair for the one that hides in chests.
That's very straightforward. As for the one that walks around, how about roaming form?
I like it.
So you've never heard of anyone catching a roaming form Gimmighoul in Paldea, right?
Yep, but out where you are, they don't run away? You said they just tag along near people who've picked up coins.
Right. If trainers out here use that behavior to their advantage, they might be able to catch it. What an exciting research opportunity. Is there anything else you can tell me about Gimmighoul?
I'd be happy to tell you everything I know, and I'll do what I can to help you catch roaming form Gimmighoul.
Thank you. And I'm sure trainers will also appreciate your help. Now, about those coins.
Whoops. There's the bell. Time for class. Sorry, Professor. Gotta run.
Before you go, oh well, that's Jacques for you. Always dancing to the beat of his own drum. I ought to send him a thank you gift for his help with Gimmighoul. Maybe a nice postcard.
Sorry, I muted myself in case if I coughed. I'm still kind of a little sick. Anyway, so that was interesting. First off, that shows that we will be somehow linking Pokemon Go to the new Pokemon game, which they kind of did with Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, where you could trade Pokemon back and forth. The only way to get Miltank in the game was to get it through Pokemon Go and to bring it to Pokemon Let's Go. So that's interesting. That basically also confirms that they're going to probably update Pokemon Go to some of the Gen 9 Pokemon. The other thing that I think is interesting is that we're seeing the chests sitting around in the town, so I'm wondering if we'll have a couple quests to like fill the chests of some of the Gimmighoul. So that's super interesting. Super weird, but interesting. And my other thing too is if they're communicating, I'm wondering if we'll see that when we actually play the game where it's like, hey, this guy's talking to who whatever now and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's super interesting though. Also super weird that he hides in a chest. I'm getting very much like Mimic vibes from D&D. So that's fun. It looks like the second video is more about Gimmighoul, and then this one's something else. So let's get started with that. Oh, here's something else that's cool. Receive a special Pikachu. Knows Fly. It has the Flying Terra type available February 28th. Pre-purchase bonus. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so, that was interesting too. It looks like something I noticed about the roaming form Gimmighoul, sorry, name is confusing, is that the antenna on his head seemed to be acting like dowsing rods. He was pointing a certain way, and the dowsing rods were facing that way, so that's interesting. Another ghost type, which is super cool. The other thing is, we also saw Lycanroc and Pyroar, which I'm super excited. Love Lycanroc. It's a very strong Pokemon. Of course, though, I might have to play with it later. My rule kind of always in these new games is play with the new Pokemon that are new to the decks. Don't play with anything, from an old game. So most of the time I like to make new teams completely out of Pokemon from the decks. So that's exciting. Anyway, I also just think it's interesting. He'll just be sitting around, kind of almost like Voltorb, you know, where you could pick up the Pokeball and sometimes it would be a Voltorb instead of like an actual item. So that's interesting. Also the flying Pikachu, that's super cool. I don't know if that means you have to order it on the eShop or if you just have to pre-order it and you'll be given a code. I mean, I'm not worried about it because I did pre-order it, but we'll see about that flying Pikachu. Anyway, it looks like there's just this one video that came out today, or yesterday. Let's see what it's about.
You see tonight it could go either
Oh
way.
no, it's music. Stop. Sorry. Ed Sheeran Celestial. So Ed Sheeran made a song for them. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm hearing the song right now and it's like really cool. I'm just like confused. And then they're showing us more about Baridon. Sorry, I don't want to get copyright stricken. I mean, it's a really pretty song. Ed Sheeran's an amazing artist. Oh, this is cool with the marts walking around town. I think this is just kind of reiterating everything we've seen so far. You know? I'm really excited about the picture mode. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, no, this song is amazing. I'm not gonna deny. It's just, I don't want to get in trouble for it. Sorry about that. So yeah, it kind of just looks like they're just reiterating everything they've shown us. They're also like confirming more Pokemon, it looks like, in the game. 'Cause some of the Pokemon that I'm seeing, we weren't sure if they were gonna be in the game or not. Sorry. Jeez, I'm like dying. Looks like we're looking at some of the gym leaders, Arvin, characters we've met before. Ooh. Whoa. Hold on. Wait. Sorry. You guys can't hear any of this anyway, so this looks like they're doing a Paldean form of Donphan. You can see like the huge tusks here, and his trunk is different. He looks like he has spikes, which is super weird. These look like his ears. He has like these mole claws. Yeah, so I'm looking here and this is like past, I guess. Oh, okay. So, my brain is just putting some things together. Okay, so I'm going to play this clip for you guys real quick. Hopefully I won't get in trouble. I mean, most of the time I haven't gotten in trouble for copyright yet, but I don't want to. So, I'm just going to turn this down. I'll show you. So, we got this journal here. Here's Donphan. At least it looks like Donphan. But this looks like a past Donphan. See, with the fur and the big tusks, kind of like a ancient woolly mammoth, right? And then there's this Donphan, which has this more sleek design. That's super weird. Is that its face? And it looks like it's made out of metal. Okay, so with that, hold on. I'm wondering if they'll have version exclusives, but because, right, we've kind of theorized that they're going for this past future kind of theme, right? with Miraidon kind of looking more ancient and with I think this one's Miraidon. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong and I'm sorry. Miraidon with like the more ancient, he looks more like a lizard. He has these scaly feathers, right? And then Koraidon being the Koraidon, right? Being like a more robotic future version. So we've kind of been seeing this thing of past and present. So I'm wondering if they're going to give us kind of more like Hisui forms, except for depending upon which version of game you get, you're going to get Pokemon that are more styled like one or the other legendary. So if that's kind of what they're going to go for with some of these like Paldean versions, right? Then that's going to be super cool and I'm all here for it because that means I hate to say it, but they're giving me more reasons that I'm glad I got both of the games. So let's see here. Now they're just showing more of the Pokemon that we've already seen. Okay, and now we're showing Terastallization again. Oh, he's gonna be in the game. That's super exciting. Hold on. But it's also gonna break gameplay. It's gonna break gameplay. Just saying. Because he's a really good person. Like, okay, so I have a friend who also does YouTubing. He's more popular than me, technically by number wise. Anyway, we did free for all Pokemon battles and for Halloween, and like a ton of us use this Pokemon just because that's how good it is. Anyway, super excited about that. I also think it's super cool that in the raid tunnels you can see like multiple reflections of the same Pokemon. Like the crystals are Crystal 2. Okay, so that's the catching scene for the raids. Here we are at the legendaries again. They're coming out of the middle of that. Okay, the music's done. They're coming out of that middle of the hole. Yeah, and then here's the flying Pikachu. Okay. Players who played past Pokemon games can get Rotom phone cases. Oh, that's super cool. I think I've played all of these games, and I'm assuming your Switch, will remember 2 hours of gameplay. That's the other problem. You gotta make sure you at least have 2 hours of gameplay. I think I do in all of these games. Maybe not in Let's Go Eevee. I'll have to check. But that's super cool. So we're also getting the Rotom phone back, which is good to know. So here's the last part I'm going to mention. They are flying out of this giant crater here. I'm wondering what that crater has to do with anything. Hold up real quick. Scarlet and Violet. I want to look for the world map overview, or the world overview. Images. So, oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Open image in new tab. Okay, here we go. So, looking at this, right, we've seen several of these places before. Mostly it's this place in the middle, right? That looks like that's that really big building. I'm assuming this is the league, right? I'm also assuming that this is probably where our school's gonna be. I think this is probably our house. There's an observatory up here. I'm curious about what's inside this giant crater here. I'm also curious why this crater is here. Um, just saying. Since they did fly out of those craters, I'm wondering why they're here. This kind of looks like the area that Cloth hid in. And by the way, in that trailer, we got to see more of that part of the story in this trailer. Let me just mute it real quick. Maybe that'll be better. Yeah, right here. So see, he destroys a rock here, right? He destroys a rock. He's eating some of this herb, and then it looks like he gets stronger temporarily. So that'll be interesting. And then it's just showing more fight scenes. So I'm curious if this crater here in the middle will have anything to do with the conflict of the game. Mind you, I haven't seen anything about the conflict. I don't even the only evil team we have is Team Star, which they kind of look like they're going to play more like a Team Skull or a Team Yell role, where they're kind of more just like punks instead of like actual bad guys. The other thing I think is interesting about this map, there's land connecting right here, and everyone's probably been theorizing this. I'm probably not the only one. Yeah, I'm probably not the only one. I'm just saying. Open image, new tab. There's this clouded area down here where we didn't get to see in Kalos. And so I'm wondering if they connect right here. Like, for those people who theorize about how the Pokemon games are placed, I'm just curious if that's where they connect. The other thing is we got to see some of that the mountain region here. What else did we get to see? This is the Ice-type gym leader. This is more of... Okay, let's just go through slowly. Can I do that? I'm just going to go through slowly in parts that I think are interesting, just because this trailer is clearly about to drop more, and I'm super excited about it. Got the starters. There's our legendaries. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about this. We're going to get the legendaries early on, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm just saying, it kind of looks like this area right here. It looks like one of many of these, like, beachy areas. So I'm wondering if we'll leave our house and we'll get a legendary right here, because I'm assuming this might be where we live, right down here at the bottom. Okay. Continuing on. What else did I think was interesting? So here's the school. I think this is super interesting that there are multiple rooms in here. Hold on. I'm wondering if we're going to be taking more classes other than just biology, or if there will be other classrooms, because clearly this is like an art room, right? And clearly this is like a math or science room. Here's our teacher. It looks like we have multiple professors. I know our biology teacher is going to be the main one, but there's like 4 other teachers here. I mean, they could just be helping to run the school. I don't know, but they're there. This is the other interesting, an animation for getting ready for writing, which looks like... hold on here. Let me just boop. Alright. Which looks like he's going to puff out this part. Looks like this is going to become the back wheel. Yeah, see how it rolls up, becomes the back wheel. That's really cool. Just pointing things out. I didn't have time to point out all these other tiny things in my other video just because it was really long. So we got Litleo, Magtite, more about the gyms. Here's the grass type gym leader again. Terastallizing again. We got water, grass. Here are the stops, which, I mean, we've seen the stops before, but not really. It looks like, so this is the TM machine we saw earlier, which it looks like we can basically, from items that we collect from defeating Pokemon, we can make TMs. It looks like here's the healing center, here's the mart, and then I know there's also the multiplayer, and probably, I bet you with your box, they're gonna have a kind of the same thing like they did in Sword and Shield, where you can access your box from anywhere. So that'll be nice. I'm assuming. I don't know. Here's some really cool town stuff. This is more about her. I hope you get even stronger, like way, way, way stronger. I don't know if that's mean or that's just how she is. So Smoliv again, Pikachu. Normal catching stuff. Here's boop. Here's if we look at the map again, here's this area. It literally looks like right up here. Which I'm assuming this will kind of be an end game area, but it looks super cool. Here's the main city again. This also looks gorgeous, by the way, with the light effects and everything like that, and the stars. Amazing. We got the photo system, which I'm super excited about because I bet you I will take a ton of pictures in this game and then I will sketch them and draw them in real life, just because now I can make the Pokemon pose exactly how I want to. Ha 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 ha! I win. Here's more about the picnics, it looks like. Yep. Yeah, but the reason why I'm saying I'm thinking you get the legendaries early on is look how many of these trainers have them with their early beginning teams. So this I talked about earlier, about how we're getting more about the cloth part of the storyline, where we're helping our classmate find this really rare herb. Showing more fighting. Okay, here's the other thing that was interesting, which is why I'm wondering if that Pokemon that was partially revealed will be a new mechanic. This is a regular Dawn fan right here. And that other thing we saw was clearly a different Dawn fan. So I'm wondering what the conflict is here. I'm wondering if there's a machine that will be able to bring Pokemon back in time, or if it's only certain Pokemon and you have to go to certain locations and they'll kind of be in like this ancient form or a more futuristic form. I'm not sure, but I'm super excited about it. Okay, here's another cool thing. There's just a Grafaiai sitting there while we're fighting another one. They don't seem bothered. They're it's just sitting there. Trading. S-type gym leader, like I talked about before. More posing. Here's the Starfell. Now, mind you, they only revealed the fire type one, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be other ones. There's gotta be. Just because they said specifically this is the fire squad. So, okay, I'm wondering if we're gonna have to fight her. Do keep in mind the treasure hunt has no. Just go where your heart takes you. That's interesting. And then we've got multiplayer. I'm excited that the multiplayer will let us be in other people's games, it seems like. Kind of. I'm wondering if they'll let you be able to catch Pokemon from other versions in that game. Like, for example, let's say you all join into a world with somebody who plays Scarlet and somebody who plays Violet. Does that mean all the version exclusive will exist at the same time, or will you only be able to catch Pokemon that are in your game? Or will you not be able to catch Pokemon at all? Will you just be able to ride around? That's the other thing I'm curious about. She's super cool. More about the gym leaders. I don't know who this gym leader is, but I think we've seen them before. There's the, hold on. Sorry, my clicking is only as fast as I can. Here's our biology teacher, Jacques. It's very French. I'm wondering if he's from Kalos. That would be cool. We got Professor Sada, Professor 2. Okay, so here's the thing with the notebook. Now this is why I'm wondering if they're gonna reveal this before. And if they do, I'll talk about it, obviously. So this looks like an ancient Donphan, like I mentioned before. See, with the fur and the big tusks and the extra spikes. And this looks like a futuristic one, and I kind of don't know how I feel about it. I mean, look at that face. Just saying, it kind of looks weird. But, I mean, the trunk looks super cool. I don't know. So then it's showing us more about the ride Pokemon, reminding us about the new Pokemon that we've kind of already seen, right? This is a terrestrialized den, which is interesting. Hold on. The dens aren't kind of like the max raid dens with the big glowing light. They're just these little caves, which is interesting. I'm wondering if your chances of finding shiny Pokemon will be higher in these caves. That would be super cool. And the other thing about these caves, which is important, is that it looks like in every cave, most of the time, not all the time, because this guy has a dragon one, and I'm pretty sure he's Ghost Dragon. I might be wrong. Hold on. Dragapult Pokemon. Hold on. Yeah, he's Dragon Ghost. So maybe, I don't know. Okay. Anyway. So they're showing us more of this, reminding us, hey, these are the cool new mechanics. And it looks like catching the Pokemon in these dens are very similar to like the Max Raid dens where the Pokeball Dynamaxes and they catch it, except this time it crystallizes. But it's basically the same kind of thing. Okay. Here's my last thing. There's clearly something in this fog. Do you not see that? So, okay, I'm wondering two things. If there will be kind of like like the third How to Train Your Dragon movie with the Dragon Hidden World. So I'm wondering if these past and future Pokemon are going to be in here. Like inside this big crater. I'm also wondering how the crater got there. I'm thinking one of two things. Either it's going to be a planetary thing where like, oh, something crashed here. And my other thing, which I hope it's this, is that it was the weapon. The weapon from Kalos. That would be super cool. I'm highly doubting it, but I'm kind of hoping it is. That would be amazing. Also, Pikachu, super cool. Oh, this is the other thing that's interesting. It says how long you'll have to play before you can access the mystery gift feature, which is about almost 2 hours. The other thing it says is it's so sorry about that. It runs until this date, which means as long as you purchase the game before this date, you will get this Pikachu. So that's cool. Okay, and then finally this, which is getting the phone cases, which I think is super cool. I'm wondering if, because you can get the phone cases, I'm wondering if we can customize our Rotom phone. That would be super cool. By talking to they even tell you where to do this. All right. So it looks like that's everything for now. Mind you, I can't be sure. But I'm pretty sure that's everything for now. Yeah. Which I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped. I'm curious about that Dawn fan. I'm wondering when they're going to release it. They might release it to us before the end of this week, which would be super exciting. Sorry I spent so much time on that video. It's very interesting. The other thing is there's this cool music video now. I'm going to have to watch that on my own time, mostly because copyright. You know how it is. But that is super cool, and I'm super excited. I'm curious about that Dawn fan. I'm wondering if they will release something to us today or this week. And if they do release that, that'll probably be the last thing they give us. Because the other thing that's super weird is, I swear I remember when Sword and Shield came out, I swear I remember them revealing the final forms of the starters. Right? And it's super weird that in this generation I don't think we have any clue what the starters look like. Am I correct about that? Yeah. So in Pokemon Sword and Shield, they finally released the starters' final forms. They haven't given us anything about the starters other than their basic forms, which is interesting to me. I'm afraid Sprigatito is going to go the way of Litten, and I'm not excited about that. But I'm super excited about that Dawn fan, specifically the past one. I don't think I like the vibe of the future one, but I'm curious what's going on down here, and why did Koraidon and Miraidon fly out of here? And if this crater is caused by the weapon, it makes sense why some Pokemon are stopped in the past or they're stopped in the present. I think it would be super cool if this was caused by the weapon. Or there's got to be some other phenomenon that caused it. Anyway, I think that's probably it for now. Sorry I'm rambling. Probably a lot. But I am super hyped for these games. And it's only like 10 days away, I think, of me recording this. Yeah, it is only 10 days away from me recording this. I will put out this video tomorrow. So when you guys see this, that'll be, I think, 9 days from when Pokemon comes out. So when you guys see this, I hope you're excited. I will let you guys know that I do plan on streaming me collecting the decks more on Saturday. So look forward for that. I think that's about it. I hope you guys are just as excited as me for this game, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye!